Hello, welcome on our channel. I hope you're having a nice weekend. It is actually a long weekend here in the UK. Ordinarily, Monday should be off as well. We have a few announcements to make. We are continuing our journey through Ænima album. As you know, I asked in our last video in what order or perhaps what songs we should listen to. We had a little bit of discussion about this, but you also gave us a lot of comments with propositions. So, on the album itself, in the order we have Eier von Satan, Push It, Cesaro Summability, Ænima, then Minus Ions and Third Eye. Now, I did listen to Push It 2 versions, studio one and the live one, so we're not gonna do it again. On this video, we've decided, I think most of you, I wouldn't say a big majority, but there was more of you who would prefer us to continue the chronological order. So
Vocal majority.
Vocal majority, yeah, okay. We're gonna stick to it for now. For today, we've chosen to listen to Eier von Satan, Cesaro Summability and Ænima together. Just to give you a little bit of insight to our next videos, I think majority of you, it was like pretty much majority, wanted us to listen to Minus Ions and Third Eye together. Although it can be quite lengthy, I think it can be quite a good experience. So thank you for those recommendations. I think we're gonna go with two of these songs together, and then I think we're gonna step back from Tool for a moment to listen to Judith by A Perfect Circle. It will be something new. It will be really exciting. It is part of this whole story and Maynard's experience, but it's also in the chronological order. Apparently, after Ænima, we have Lateralis, which has been released in 2001, while Judith was a song from 2000. So hopefully you're gonna enjoy it. I'm not gonna say any more. I just want to crack on the songs really, unless you would like to add something else as well.
No, not really. So I think, like you said, we're gonna listen to those three songs, from which two are just like intermission kind of songs. Are we doing pauses between them, or?
We'll see how it goes. I'm not sure really. We may do. We'll see.
Okay, so
I'm quite open. You never know how it's gonna go.
So I have no idea how to pronounce this, but Eier von Satan is the first one. So ready?
Yeah, I think some of you, excuse me, some of you asked me whether we are from Germany. We actually are not, and we don't speak German, unfortunately. I've been taught some basics of German, but I don't think I would be able to fully communicate in Germany. so yeah, anyway, let me just load up the lyrics quickly. Oh yeah, they are actually quite open and prepared. So yeah, let's do it.
Nice. Okay.
That's really strong.
Yeah, it is.
Die Eier von Satan. Eine halbe Tasse Staubzucker. Teelöffel Salz, eine Messerspitze türkisches Haschisch, ein halbes Pfund Butter, ein Teelöffel Vanillenzucker, ein halbes Pfund Mehl, 150 Gramm gemahlenes.
So it means the balls of Satan.
Ein wenig extra Staubzucker. Keine Eier.
In eine Schüssel geben, Butter einrühren, gemahlene Nüsse zugeben und den Teig verkneten. Augenball große Stücke vom Teig formen, im Staubzucker wälzen und sagt die Zauberwörter Simsalabim Bamba, Salado, Saladim. Auf ein gefettetes Backblech legen und bei 200 Grad für 15 Minuten backen. Und keine Eier!
Bei 200 Grad 15 Minuten backen. Und keine Eier.
That was really interesting.
No, Cesaro Summability.
Yeah, let's just do it. What the? That's horrifying, to be honest. Is that it?
Yeah,
Mm,
Ænima now.
okay.
Some say the end is near. Some say we'll see Armageddon soon. Soon they hope we will. I sure could use a vacation from this bullshit.
I'm pretty sure I heard the song before.
You might have, yeah.
It's so good.
Some say a comet will fall from the sky, followed by meteor showers and tidal waves, followed by fault lines that cannot sit still. anything. Fuck your tattoos. Fuck all you junkies and fuck your short memory. Yeah, fuck smiley gladiols with hidden agendas. Fuck these dysfunctional, insecure actresses. Tidal wave. I wanna see the ground give way. I wanna watch it all go down. Mom, please flush it all away. I wanna see it go right and down. I wanna watch it go right in. Watch you flush it all away. Time to bring it down again. Yeah, don't just come in after me. Try and read between the lines. Yeah, I can't imagine why you wouldn't welcome any change, my friend. I wanna see it come down. Bring it down. Suck it down. Flush it down.
That's it, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. I swear to God, I heard the Ænima. It must be one of your favorites.
It is actually. It's. I think it's the first Tool song that hooked me to Tool.
Yeah, that may be the reason why. I never heard Eier von Satan or Cesaro Summability, but pretty much I could recall quite a few moments in the song.
Yeah, of the Ænima.
I would still say that there is quite a great benefit of being able to properly listen to it in headphones.
Yeah, so just to be clear, you haven't heard it properly. You only heard it bits and bobs now and then, right?
I'm pretty sure you've been listening to the song in the car when we've been driving to work or something.
Yeah, possibly.
No.
But still.
Yeah, still. I'm quite happy with it. Yes. Let me have a think. Where shall we start? Because Eier von Satan, or whatever the spelling is, you're saying it's the balls of Satan, yeah?
Yeah, and I actually googled the translation of that song when we were listening to it, or song, or whatever it's called. And it's literally a recipe of, let me find the...
It sounds a little bit like that. You know, the German accent was pretty strong as well.
Yeah, but it was in German, right?
I'd say, yeah, there was Eins, zwei, drei.
Yeah, but we don't know German. But I found, like I said, translation, and it is going place in a bowl, add butter, add the ground nuts, and knead the dough. Form eyeball-sized pieces from the dough, roll in the powder sugar, and say the magic words simsalabim, bama, blah blah blah.
Oh yeah, I heard this bit as well. It caught my ear. I think it sounded a little bit like from some fairy tale.
Yeah, but it's literally a recipe to kind of cooking recipe. So I wonder what can it mean.
It's more of, you know what? It may be some kind of a witchcraft, or preparing the. What's in my mind will be this big jar where you're making a witchcraft and you're preparing a spell and stuff. So that's really interesting. It was put in this particular place because right after we have Push It on the album.
Was it after Push It? Yeah.
No, so we had Jimmy. Then I have a list here: Eier von Satan, then Push It, then Cesaro Summability, and then Ænima.
Okay.
So that's the order, and that's what I find quite interesting. Then we have Cesaro Summability. We have Jimmy, which is such a great, strong and deep song, and loads of his own experiences. Then what this may mean, the Eier von Satan in this place. Because obviously his whole world have been turned around because of these experiences since his mom became paraplegic. And maybe it's probably some symbolism in here. Then we have Push It, and you know what, I know that when we've listened to Push It before, we took it as a very strong song about the relationship and the hardships of difficult relationships. And it's fine, and you can take it from this perspective of any relationship. But what if it's even more reflection of the relationship we had with his mom, and all this change in the relationship, and it's kind of like put in a spell. So that's kind of like the symbol to highlight this bit. And then we have Cesaro Summability. It was horrifying.
Yeah, it was,
you know,
but very interesting though.
It
so there
was.
was like a scream of a child, if I remember correctly, at the beginning.
Oh yeah, it was a horrible scream, horrible one.
And then like this noises that to me it sounded a little bit like a chainsaw, something like that.
Like the child dying, like, you know, hurting a child. But I wondered why I couldn't find any lyrics beforehand. Now I know why. It didn't need any lyrics. And then we have Ænima. There's so much symbolism, I feel, in this song. It will be really deep. Let me go back to the lyrics for Ænima. I think we should break it down really. I think there's loads in it. And again, I'm pretty sure I heard the song at least a couple of occasions, because there was quite a few moments that I could recall in any event on the musical level. You know, the end part of the song, it was a masterpiece.
End part, you really like the end part?
Yeah, not the very end. It was more towards the end. Let me just scroll down. I think it was "'Cause I'm praying for the rain." There was like a proper change, and I just loved the way his voice sounded. Really.
Yeah, musically it was, to be fair, like I said before, it was the first Tool song that hooked me into Tool. I think because like musically it's a little bit more traditional kind of music. Like it has first part, then you have the chorus, and then you have another part, and chorus is very melodical, I would say. It's very, it catches your eye, catches it, your ear catches it very. It's like rhythmic, like it's very.
Oh, I see what you mean. Maybe, perhaps, but this end part was like nothing else in the song.
True.
Like this,
yeah.
this part, and it was this change, and "'Cause I'm praying for the rain," and the words been really strong as well. So that's what would hook me in this song in particular. I found it really, really mesmerizing. Let's
And I think there's, like you said, a lot in the words. We could talk about it for hours, to be honest.
Yeah, that's really interesting how the song starts. Some say the end is near, some say we'll see the Armageddon soon.
I certainly hope we will.
I sure could use a vacation from this. What this may mean in terms of the song in general? What do you think?
So some say the end is near, some say we'll see Armageddon soon. So everything is coming to an end, right? And there are some people that are seeing this through, like seeing that something is dying. What is this something? For my first thought could be like civilization, this kind of thing.
Oh,
or
that's
the
interesting.
current kind of like the current way how society is built, things like that.
That's interesting. It can be. What I'm thinking, maybe from the outset now, I'm thinking it can be some kind of expansion on the previous story, and I may be wrong, because Ænima is not usually connotated with this triad about his mom, but there is a reference to his mom as well, so that's why I'm thinking maybe it's actually part of the bigger story. Now, when I look at the rest of the words, we're here hopeless in the LA, see you down in Arizona Bay.
So LA, I think it's a symbol of like the very progressive kind of a city, like it is a heart of Hollywood and things like that. So this is like that's why I think it's about kind of civilization or society, because this is like the part of society that is like the most ahead, like they are setting the trends by Hollywood, by the movies and so on.
Yeah.
So that's my...
Yeah, you may be right actually. It may be this. I had a slightly different take on this. Now guess what? I think... Actually, right. But my take was, if you look at the Jimmy and this extreme experience he had, he didn't know how to deal with this. He was 11 years old. And then we have the Ænima. So by these words, some say we'll see Armageddon soon, hopeless LA. What if he's just in this state where his circumstances completely changed? I think each of us been in this state really, when we been raised certain way, when we've been surrounded by certain people, and then at some point in our life we jump into something completely different, like change of school, for example, where the values, the rules are completely different, and we struggling to understand it. So that was more or less my take on it.
That's interesting. I think that could be a little bit connected to the title itself. Title is quite enigmatic in itself, isn't it?
Ænima, yeah.
But you know the word enema, like Enema?
Yeah, so that's from Latin, yeah?
Yeah, but it's also like a medical procedure connected to like it is. You don't know what it is, do
No,
you? You
no.
might want to Google it just to have an idea. It's
Yeah.
Ænema.
Ænema. What is it?
Okay, so it's also known as clyster. It is an injection of fluid into the lower bowel by way of the rectum. Also, the word enema can refer to the liquid so injected, as well as to a device to administering such an injection.
Oh, that's pretty interesting.
So I think that kind of makes, especially about like swimming, learn to swim, flushing down, and so on and so on. So it's very connected to that word, I think.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I didn't think of it this way. I should Google it before making a video. You're right. Is it gonna change the way I look at the song, though?
I think I wanted to tell you that, but you permitted me from affecting you in any way just before we recorded.
Oh, dear. Okay. I don't know if it's gonna affect, though, my take on the song, because even if this kind of procedure, that can be the genuine reflection on the whole song and how we should take the song. So it's like still the struggle, or perhaps being, in this rebellion period.
What if it's just like the first layer? Like in many songs already, we've seen that recurring theme that the title, like Stinkfist, I think, the title is very literal and almost like gruesome, like very harsh. But very literal, and then you find another layer, and then another layer, and so on and so on. So this is like only the first layer, I guess.
Yeah, I think you're right. Although it can be interesting if we would try to analyze it and took the title very literal. That would be also quite interesting. And maybe then it would reveal that all the words or the sentences within the song are pretty much a metaphor of your experiences during this procedure, which must not be really pleasant one, I'd assume. So that's another quite a good take on. I wonder which one we should focus on, though, because I'm still thinking there may be more, especially with this whole symbolism in Eier von Satan and Cesaro Summability. I feel it may be a bigger part of the story, a bigger part, expanding on the human experience and the way you change through these extreme experiences, such as your mom being paraplegic, essentially, or something strong experience, and how you need to deal with it through your life and as you grow.
I think it's again about the whole nature of human beings, because we again have a reference to L. Ron Hubbard, the guy who started the religion. I think he was one of the previous songs were about him, at least partially. Like fuck L. Ron Hubbard and fuck all his clones, like other people, religious like leaders. Fuck all those gun-toting hip gangster wannabes. Learn to swim.
Yeah, the learn to swim is like intermittent between different things he's trying to expand on. But yeah, that's also quite an interesting point. So there's also this expansion, I would say, on this religion bit, and all those fake religious or ideas or
But even more,
fake prophets.
I think it's so deep, because after that you've got fuck retro anything, fuck your tattoos, fuck all you junkies, and fuck your short memory. Sorry. So it's like, it's about finding yourself almost, like don't follow anyone kind of a thing.
It may be rejection of the culture as well, like the genuine rejection of the culture, which kind of comes back to what I said before, that perhaps at certain point in your life you've been raised in a certain way, and then due to maybe reasons that are outside of your control, you end up in completely different environment that you can't fully understand, and that you don't perhaps agree with this certain environment, morally speaking.
I see now, yeah. That's a good point. Although, what does the learn to swim means, you think?
Maybe it's some kind of learn to adjust to it.
Yeah.
Learn to, you may reject it, but you may still have to. Even though you reject it, you may have to learn to kind of adjust, because that's part of the culture you are in now.
Or swim is like transform, maybe? Learn to
Maybe
transform, or I don't know. But I think it's one of the key keywords, like learn to swim.
Also,
in that song.
Just before he also says, "Mom's gonna fix it all. Mom's coming around to put it back the way it ought to be." So there's again reference to his mom. And I've actually on our last video when we listened to Jimmy, I had some read about biography of Maynard. And what I found there is that a few years after he was paraplegic, his mom convinced him to go and live with his dad, which then I've seen in the comments that that Maynard said apparently that was one of the best decisions he had.
The best decision?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Agree to live with his dad. So what if this is some kind of second meaning, another layer to it? I may be off again, because I'm like going, really deep, and it's like really personal aspect to the song as well. But maybe it's like a search for this idol of yours, for this person that you value, who will save you, who will put the things the way they should be.
What if it's just search for your actual self? So I will come back again. Fuck those people. Fuck all his clones. The Ron Hubbard, Jesus, whatever. Fuck all authorities. Like, don't try to follow. Try to be yourself. Like, retro. Fuck retro anything. Like, and hipster stuff and anything, like tattoos, anything. Like you said, reject the culture. But why would you reject the culture? You would reject it because it disallow you from finding your true self, I think.
I took it more on a moral level. It's not compliant with your own morality. It's like a different part of the puzzle. It just doesn't match to yourself. But I think that's quite a deep point you've noted. Looking for a meaning, searching for a meaning in life. I actually I do have some background in philosophy, and I feel that Kierkegaard would be of help to expand on this, and existentialism, which stresses the individual responsibility of finding meaning in life. So that's what may be in the song. You may be right. And there's in the song the rebellion, because I could feel the rebellion, like fuck retro anything, fuck your tattoos. That's what I felt. Is like when you're a teenager, for example, is this part of being a rebellion? I don't accept the state I'm in now or what surrounds me. I want the things be back.
But
the way they were. And maybe instead of rebellion, this is just a reflection of certain anxieties that we struggle when we're trying to search for this meaning.
Okay, but what about the words like, some say we'll see Armageddon soon, I certainly hope we will. You know what I mean? Like, to me, it's almost nihilistic a little bit, in some parts at least.
Maybe.
But at the same time, he says...
Or maybe he's just being ironic in this sense.
Don't just call me pessimist. Try and read between the lines. That's interesting.
Yeah, so again, maybe it's just an irony. Like some say we'll see the Armageddon, so like, yeah, I hope we will. Well, that's irony.
Welcome.
Or it's not, or I'm wrong, and it's just the way I took the song, really.
Welcome any change, my friend. I think that's pretty powerful.
Welcome any change, my friend. I want to see it come down, burn it down, suck it down, flush it down. There's so many layers on this. It may be the way you said. It may be in the ironic sense. It may be also, some kind of a statement to see what all those changes are going to bring us to, and what this cultural change in mentality is going to bring upon the society.
Yeah, because end to anything means the beginning of something else inevitably. So, like everything ends, right? Every civilization ends, every culture ends, but there's something else coming in that place, and maybe that's about it. On a couple of different levels. So on like societal level, on your personal level. So you let go of something, but if you let go of something, you inevitably are picking up something else, if that makes sense. Or maybe I'm off as well very much.
No, I think there is quite a lot in what you're saying. Because even if something ends, then something new starts. So it's like a new beginning of something else.
And learn to swim, learn to embrace that new thing, maybe.
Or just learn again, coming back to this. If we're looking more negative at this as a disgust with the way, with the direction the culture goes towards, then just learn to adjust to those circumstances, and maybe not even adjust, or learn to be surrounded by it and survive within this culture, even though it's not compatible with your own morality.
There's just so much to that
I know. I know. I think the song is great. I'm really sorry I've listened to it before, but I guess I have no control over it. And in any event, I never had a chance to like properly listen to it, which is quite of a benefit, and makes me wonder what the next songs will bring. And I genuinely feel like somewhere among these lines, there's one, I would say, more correct interpretation, or perhaps it's up to each of you, up to each individual listener to take the song the way they want to take it.
So far, definitely this current album, I think it's much more layered than the previous one. That's the thing that struck me. Strikes me.
I definitely agree. I wish I could have my first reaction to Push It again, to be honest. I think Push It is like one of my strong favorites, as you've probably seen on the previous videos. And yeah, I look forward to listen to Minus Ions and Third Eye together. It will be probably quite a long video again.
You're gonna love Third Eye, I'm sure.
Thanks.
I mean, I think you loved each song so far. There haven't been any bad songs, do you think?
Yeah, I really enjoyed all of them. I think I would be able properly to distinguish which one is maybe my favorite. But in all honesty, it's becoming like harder and harder with every next song to make this distinction. Like there's so much in each of them, and also like every time I listen to next song, I feel like I'm discovering something more about the previous song, or something more. It just adds up to my experience. So it's becoming quite a hard task to actually, put them on the scale.
Like seeing something new in the next song makes you think, did you miss that kind of layer in the previous one, something like that, right?
Yeah. Or what if it's interlinked somehow? Or perhaps, what if there was a reference in the other song to those things and I just didn't see it then? It's extremely, extremely interesting. Let me know what you think. And thank you again so much for being with us, and see you next Saturday.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.